Today I'm going to photograph my orchid mantis. Hello, my name's Stewart and welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, then click the subscribe button so you don't miss any free content. Now, when I put out the video as to what I bought from the spider fair, Mommykickass suggested I photograph the orchid mantis on an orchid of similar colours, so I bought one. So a few things we need to do to prep for this video, and that's to, again, think about our background. And since the orchid mantis and my orchids are primarily white, I'm going to go for a black background. Regular viewers of the channel will know I don't particularly like black backgrounds, but I think a black background for this one will work perfectly, and I might even turn it to black and white. What I'm going to do first is let's talk about equipment, because we have got some new subscribers to the channel, so I'm going to remind them of the equipment. I'm going to be using the Canon 650D with the 100mm Canon L series macro, that's the f2.8 with the image stabilization. I have the Yongnuo YN24EX, you'd think I'd remember that by now. And I have Jason Cannon's custom diffuser set on here. Now, I have been seeing in the macro world group on Facebook, a lot of people going, I've only got this camera, I've only got that camera. It doesn't matter what camera you got. So I'm also going to be using my good old 50mm with the extension tubes to do a couple of pictures with that as well, just to show you don't need this macro lens. The first thing we want to do is to get our orchid mantis. Now, our orchid mantis is very, very small. If we put him onto this plant, it's going to be overwhelmed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one flower off this orchid. So I'm finished with the orchid plant now. We'll keep that for a future video if we come up with any more ideas for it. Let's just put that on the floor out the way. And I'm going to place my orchid flower into my specimen holder. Okay, now a lot of people have asked, where do I get this from? Link in the description if you want to get a specimen holder. There we go. So, we want a black background for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the black background I use for my B-roll. So our next job is to get our orchid mantis out. Now this fella is very, very friendly compared to the last one I had. He'll quite happily come on to you. See how easy that was? And I'm going to let him onto the orchid plant, and there we go. So all ready to shoot. So what settings am I going to use for this one? I'm thinking, well, it helps if I put a card in first, doesn't it? So I'm going to use the maximum shutter speed, sync speed that I can have for this flash, which is 1/200th of a second. And I'm going to push my f-stop. Oh, should I push it to f16? I'm going to use f16. Now, on video, the images will look okay, but they will go a little bit soft. Now, someone commented on one of my other videos of why I'm not using f16. The reason why is this lens on a crop sensor body at f16 gets a little bit softer compared to f9. We're going to go with the ISO 100 again. Always ISO 100. I like to have a really clean image. We've got a beautiful black background there. And we have our orchid mantis sitting right there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do my usual. I'm going to adjust my flash heads so that one is more powerful than the other. I'm going to go into my ratio. I'm going to knock it down so this head here is 1/8 power of this head. So this is going to be the main flash, so think about that as being the key light. And this one is going to be the fill light, okay? So just to check that I do have that correct, I'm going to get a battery. I'm going to take a picture of that. So you can see there how we have the shadow on the one side, which is on the left hand side, and then we have it a little bit filled in. I want to try and get him to be at the top of the flower so he's silhouetted against the background. So I'm going to take a series of pictures, I'm going to throw them up onto the screen. These images have been processed in Lightroom. Okay, so I now have the 50mm on here, and with the 50mm we're actually going to get more magnification than with the 100mm. So the 100mm is 1:1 magnification. Now I can put extension tubes onto the 100mm, but for our new viewers I just wanted to show you that you don't have to have an L series macro lens. You can go with a basic 50mm lens on extension tubes. So let's bring in our mantis now. We're using exactly the same settings as before, we've just changed the lens, that's all. Also, because I'm using the 50mm, our working distance has changed, so I have to take these and bend them in a little bit. Okay, so here we go. See if we can get a headshot. Now for the people that are going to obviously comment down below going, you're going to hurt its eyes or you're going to kill it with the flash because you're flashing so many times, it's not going to hurt them, guys, come on, okay? So that's it for our Orchid mantis photo shoot. Again, we tried 2 different lenses, so basically 2 different setups. We've gone with black and white, which is the first time for this channel, I do believe. I want to thank Mommykickass for the suggestion for this video. I think it was a great suggestion to photograph an orchid mantis on an orchid flower of similar colours. That was a great idea. If anybody has any other suggestions for videos, let me know in the comments below and I'll certainly have a look at them and see if we can get those done. My name is Stewart. I want to thank you for getting to the end of this video, and as always, share the magic and I'll see you on the next video.